Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. I am a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Zen, where I show you one tangle using the Zentangle method of drawing. And we just put it on a little tile and we get to relax as we practice a fun little tangle. On Facebook, you can find me at Let's Tangle, where I post classes and information. On YouTube, you can find me at Kelly Bluen. You can also visit Zentangle.com to learn more about the Zentangle method and also to find a certified Zentangle instructor near you. So today I'm using a tile. This is a Zentangle tile. It is a bijou, which means it is a small tile. It's just a 2-inch by 2-inch. You can use whatever you have near you. You can use a napkin, a piece of paper, piece of scrapbook paper, whatever you have. I'm also using a micron pen, a little Zentangle charcoal pencil. Any pencil will work. And this is a tortillon, which I use for blending. You could also just use your finger or a Q-tip. All right, let's get started. So today I'm going to show you the tangle Henna Drum. This is created by Jane McCougler, and she is a certified Zentangle teacher. I like writing on the back what tangle I'm using and who created it if it is not a Zentangle created one. All right, again, this is a very small tile. I like to do these mono tangles on a small tile. You can use whatever size you have. All right, I'm going to start by drawing a frame. Usually I do this with my pencil. Make sure it doesn't get blurry on you. I start by putting 4 dots. Today I'm just going to use my pen. And then I'm going to connect those dots. As you can see, I'm not worried about making a straight line, but this just frames in your piece. All right, to create Henna Drum, I'm going to make this little bump, and then I like to color that in. And then we go around it. This is called an aura. And there are several ways to make these petals. So I'm going to show you one of the ways. I like starting out with kind of like a sunshine shape where I put those little rays in. And then I'm going to make 3 bumps connecting these. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it this way. 1, 2, 3. I'm kind of making the middle one a little bit taller, but you don't need to. 1, 2, and then I'm just going to pretend that that goes behind there. This one is going to be hidden, and then I'll do one over there. And then on these petals, I'm going to put a tall line in the middle. And I'm going to add some smaller lines on each side. And that's our Henna Drum. Now, I sometimes like to do an aura around Henna Drum, which means I just am going to follow around the outside. And I just think it gives it a little bit more dimension, maybe. Now, the nice thing about working on these small tiles is that you can turn them as you work. So I'm going to start another one. This one I'm going to start in the corner. And I'm going to fill in that middle part again with black, but I'm going to leave a little spot for a reflection. When I do these mono tangles, I like to show you a little variety of how you can create these. little reflection. Now I can make those sun rays again, or maybe I just freehand. I'm also making them look a little bit different just to show you that there is no right or wrong way. Now I forgot to add the aura here, but that's okay. Put in my tall middle lines and my shorter little ones on the side. And I'm going to aura around the outside again. I like that I forgot that aura just to show you how it can look different. So with all of the tangles, a tangle is a pattern that you make, the Zentangle company and the CZTs that teach these really encourage that you make it your own, that you start with an idea and then you add to it and make it special. So I'm going to stick one right in here, right up against this one, just because I want to show you how these can overlap and build on each other. I'm going to color in the middle. I add that aura. And I'm holding my pen very lightly. You don't need to push down very hard when you're using these micron pens. And I'm just going to start adding my petals. Now these ones I'm making a little bit shorter and wider. And then this one tucks behind the other. I add my tall line. Now maybe this time for fun I'm going to add little dark dots on top. Again, just to show you a variation. And as you practice this, you will find a method or a pattern that you enjoy. All right, I'm going to turn this again. I'm going to do one right here. I'm going to do this one kind of right in the middle. And I'm going to add the reflection again. And color this in nice and slow. And add the aura. Maybe this time I'll make a little bit longer ones. And I also, just for fun, I'm going to add a little bit of a space in between the petals. And that one's going to come out over here. I'm going to add my long center. And some small little lines. And I am going to aura. Now you would not have to make this all around the outside. You could just start piling yours up in the same direction. But I think this is kind of fun. Right, I'm going to put another one right here. And maybe for this one, I'll do some lines inside. Again, there's no right or wrong way. And this one, I'm only going to have probably one full petal. The rest of mine are going to be tucked behind the others. So fit it however you can. And I'm going to aura the outside of the part that I can see. which is not very much. Now I can leave this middle spot blank, or I could add like a baby henna drum in there. I think I'm going to actually just fill it in with ink, just so it has some depth. All right, there we go, filling that in. And I've got a little extra spot over here I'm going to fill in. And I have a little spot over here that I can fill in. Okay. All right, there's my henna drum. Now, the last two things I'm going to do some shading, and then I'm going to initial it. So your tile can be done just like this. You can be finished, but I like to add a little bit of shading to give it some depth. So I'm going to take this first henna drum that I made over here, and where it overlaps another flower, I'm going to put a little bit of charcoal on the outside. If all you have is a regular pencil, that will work fine. You don't need to have a charcoal pencil. And then up here it overlaps that petal. And then I pick up my tortillon and I just smudge it a little bit away from that first flower, pushing it out. And look at how it makes that flower pop, like it's coming up. Now this one goes over this petal. I'm not going to add any graphite over the black. That's unnecessary. And I take my tortillon and I just push it out a little bit. This petal here goes over these, just making little circular motions. And this petal here goes over this flower. I take my tortillon and I go back and I smudge. Now the idea behind the shading is that your darkest area is close to the petal, and then it's meant to get lighter as it comes away. So I really want that to spread out a little bit, be a little more subtle and not such a definite line. All right, now you can see how those look a little bit layered. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is add my initials. It doesn't matter which way you turn it. So I'm going to take my pen, and you can simply just put your initials on here, your first and last initial, all three initials, or you can make a little artist chop where you connect your initials in kind of a fun way. And then at the end, I always like to flip my tile over, and I like to just write a thought that I'm having. So it can simply be like today I'm up at my camper, alone, relaxing. So maybe I'll just write relaxing at my camper. Maybe you want to write something that's on your heart. Maybe you're thinking about someone special. Maybe you're going through a tough time. Maybe something wonderful happened to you this week. Or maybe you're just happy that it's a sunny day or a rainy day. So simply write a little message to yourself that you can look back on later. Again, that is Henna Drum, and that was our 15 minutes of Zen. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy.